Hello everybody, this is Solar Tiger, again with another solar video. Today is Tuesday the 12th of August and the time now is approximately 20 past 7 in the evening. As you can see today the weather has been very sunny. It still is sunny at the moment, and I have been running my fan from my power box. The power box is fully charged, just under 14 volts, and I have been charging the digital radio. If I take you to the meter, you can see that I am producing 24 watts at the moment, which is 0.6 amps from the solar panels. I peaked at 66.6 watts from the solar panels today. The peak current was 1.83 amps, and I have generated 7.17 amp hours, which is 266 watt hours. So the batteries are charging okay today. The main thing today is I have been working on my new solar lantern. This is the lantern I built before that you saw. You'll see that the bulb is not in place at the moment, but I will explain a bit later. So this lantern has the two 6-volt 4.5 amp hour batteries in. They're wired in series to make a 12 volt 4.5 amp hour battery. With the 3 watt LED bulb, it will run for 8 hours before needing a charge. So I have built another lantern, and I'm going to take you to the workbench. This is a work in progress. Basically what we have here is a wooden box, a bigger wooden box, and I bought another 12 volt battery. This is a 12 volt 20 amp hour battery, as you can see here. It's a platinum valve regulated lead acid battery. It's a PAGM 2012. This is a 12 volt 20 amp hour battery, and you can see the charging information here. We will be using it mainly for standby use, which is 13.7 to 13.9 volts, and with this battery the initial charging current must be less than 6 amps. Well, with the panels I've been using, this won't be a problem. If I just show you, this is the battery. I bought the battery from eBay. It cost me approximately £14. It was second hand, but the previous owner had only had it for 2 months. He had used this battery on a golf trolley, and since he sold his golf trolley he no longer required this battery, so he put it up for sale on eBay. So, but if you bought a new battery of this size, it would cost around £40, so I got a good deal there. But as you can see, this is a simple wooden box. It's more functional than attractive. My woodworking skills are not great, but I just build practical things. So, as we can see, we have a wire from the positive terminal going through a fuse. As I said, every time you connect a positive wire to a battery, you should use a fuse in case you have any short circuit or other problem, and you'll blow the fuse rather than causing something to burn up or catch fire. So this is a 1 amp fuse. I improvised a holder just by using spade terminals on the leads, and they just push onto the fuse. I have used insulated ones so they don't short out and bypass the fuse. From the 1 amp fuse we go to a switch which is on the top, and then we go from there along the brown wire to the light holder. This is another small screw holder, and this is the 3 watt LED bulb that I used from my other lights. I will buy another one at some point, but these are a little expensive at £8 each, so I will get one later. I was thinking of using 2 light bulbs on this lantern because it had a bigger battery, but sourcing small screw lamp holders was difficult, so I just went with 1. Well, this one came out of a old table lamp that I found in the shed. I just cut this off. I couldn't find a way to detach the wires from the light holders, so I just cropped them off and wired them as was. So we have a feedback to the battery via the blue wire. So yeah, I was trying to think of some way of connecting the battery through some kind of socket on the outside of the box, but I haven't come to that yet. So what I did in the end was I simply put a piece of wood in the back of the box to hold the battery in, and wedged the battery in with some cardboard because the box is slightly bigger than the battery. So I can just use crocodile clips to connect this to the charge controller. This unit will stand on the window over here, and using these crocodile clips here to connect to the battery inside the box. These wires go back to the charge controller, so the unit will be charged by my Sunsaver Duo. Since this is only hooked up to a 50-watt panel, I have no problem about the 6 amp charging limit of the battery. If I'm lucky here, I might get 1 or 2 amps out of this panel, and it will also charge the smaller lantern. So that's how it will work. I can find some way of putting a socket on the box, so I just made access at the back of it. So I will just clip the wires onto the respective terminals until I come up with a better solution. If I do that, then I may fill in the back of the box. I did have a panel that I made purposely for that, but I was thinking about my charging access problem, so I simply did this. So this gives you a look inside my lantern. My other lantern is similar, but it just uses 2 6-volt batteries in series rather than one 12-volt one. So this is my lantern. I'm just giving it a few coats of paint at the moment. But with this battery and the bulb that I have in there at the moment, it will run for 40 hours, because I can run the light bulb for 4 hours for every amp hour of battery capacity. I have 10 usable amp hours of capacity, so times the 4 gives you 40 hours. So I can run this bulb for 40 hours with this battery until I need a recharge. And since there are only 24 hours in a day, and if I connect it to the charge controller every day, I should never run out of power with this lantern. So this is my larger lantern. It's a work in progress as I'm still adding coats of paint, and if I will probably stick some kind of socket on the outside of the box for charging the battery, and then I will just put the back panel in, and that will complete the lantern. This lantern is heavier than the other lantern, but it is still quite portable and would be good for power cuts or for lighting in a tent or in the loft or a dark cupboard, or for some use like that. So this is my lantern. My other video that I put up was very short because the weather was very bad. It was the remnants of Hurricane Bertha, and for the morning it rained very heavily, although in the afternoon the sun did come out and my panels peaked at 140 watts. So I apologise, the other video was very short, but there was not a lot to video at the time. So this is Solar Tiger saying goodbye and thank you for watching. Thank you.